Assalamu alaikum, my name is Ahmed Hassan and this is presentation about the movie Interstellar. Interstellar, it is a famous science fiction movie released in 2014. Many people consider it one of the best space movie ever made. Interstellar is a science fiction movie directed by Christopher Nolan. It's come out in 2014 and won an Oscar of the best visual effects. The movie talks about space travel and how time can change in space, and the main goal is to saving humanity from extinction. And the main then of the movie is to saving humanity, like what I said before, and the characters are trying to find another planet where people can live, and also show you how people make sacrifices, especially from their families. And also let's don't forget the relationship between the father and his daughter, because it is very important in the story. And the movie show you the movie show you time, it's very important, and love is powerful, and science can help slow from big problem. And included Interstellar, it is interesting movie. It makes science with motion, and I think it is a good idea to watch it. And thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Barakat Badr Muhammad Abdullah. My ID is 202305010024. So today I'm gonna talk about the main philosophical theme in Interstellar movie, which is time and human existence. So this movie show us that this time, or the time, is not just a number or a clock. It is something flexible and relative, and it affects everything in our life, from our decision to our emotions, and even our relationships. In the film, we see that the same hours can feel very different depending on where you are. For example, on the water planet, 1 hour equals 7 years on the Earth. And so this is a very clear example of how time is relative and how it can change our perspective about life and aging. So time in Interstellar is not just a physical concept, it is also emotional and philosophical theme. So the movie shows us how time separates people, even the ones who love each other. So Cooper daughters, as you see in the movie, his name Marth. So it's he grow up while he is in space. So and this creates a strong emotional tension. So it raises the question, and the question is, how should human value their time with loved ones, and also how do our choices affect the people we care about? Furthermore, the film encourages us to think about our existence. Why are we here, and what is our purpose? So the way Cooper's sacrifice his personal life to save humanity make us reflect on our own responsibility. So it make us ask ourselves, if I were in this position, what would I do? Would I focus on my family or on the greater good? So in short, the philosophical theme of time and human existence in Interstellar movie is very powerful, because it connects the scientific ideas like intelligence, relativity, with human emotions and moral questions. It challenges us to think deeply about the value of time, the meaning of life, and the impact of our decision on others. This is why I find this theme very interesting, and why it can be applied to our daily life as well. And this was my part. Thank you for listening to me. I appreciate that. And now let's move to the next slide.
Greetings. I'm Saurumbe Howard Ishmael, student ID 202509010415, and I'll be presenting on the story overview of Interstellar 2014 with the philosophical idea of time and human existence breaking down into other philosophical ideas or philosophical thoughts. We see that the story stretches from an initial point where uh, a future Earth is dying due to an environmental problem. In this case, it was uh, global blight, which was affecting food, which means that they were facing food shortages. And with time going, they were probably going to die from starvation. So, former pilot Cooper joins a space mission to find a new home by going through a wormhole into another galaxy to venture into three probably inhabitable planets, which were found by three other explorers which had gone beforehand. As they travel through space, they reach the black hole and they venture to the first planet where they are met with a devastating accident where one of their crew members dies. But once they're there, they realize that the time that they spent there was equaling to decades lost on Earth. In this scenario, an hour was as equal as 23 years of living on Earth. So this led to a conflict where they were supposed to venture to two other planets, which were Dr. Man's planet and Edmund's planet. In this scenario, we see how the separation of people because of time influences their emotions and decisions. Right? We see Cooper desperately trying to find a solution where he gets back to see his family, and we see Amelia Brand uh, making a decision that is based on emotions, but this is all as a result of time where they are losing time. Right. So this takes us to a scenario where we see former pilot Cooper uh, making a sacrifice where he ejects himself into a black hole while sending Amelia Brand to Edmund's planet, which was the final planet. Right? But this leaves us with a question in mind or an idea that might raise questions within ourselves whether love is an element of reality that hasn't been grasped. Because initially, when they were having the conflict, uh, Amelia Brand felt like Edmund's planet was the best or was the best planet to venture other than going to Dr. Man's planet. But Cooper felt like she was making her decisions based on emotions or an emotion, which is love. But as the movie comes to an end, we see that she might have been right. So it raises the questions whether love is just a quantifiable emotion or it is an element of reality that we haven't grasped. So, as the story sails from start to beginning, we see uh, different things which include dedication to a mission, dedication to a family, love. We also see betrayal, we see conflict, and most importantly, we see the element of sacrifice.
Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Ahmed. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. First of all, my name is Ahmed Khalid Muhammad Al Hassan. My student ID is 2021 090 498. Before I start my presentation, I would like to mention that it has been a tremendous honor for me and my fellow colleagues in this subject to be taught under your hands, and it was more than a pleasant journey for us. Huge thanks to you, sir. Second of all, moving on to the important topic I'm going to be talking about, which is the main characters of the movie Interstellar, who are Cooper and his daughter Murph. And there are some other important characters that I'm going to be talking about also. First of all, starting with Cooper, whose name is Joseph Cooper. He's a former NASA pilot and an engineer. Cooper is intelligent, resourceful, and deeply committed to saving humanity from Earth's environmental collapse. Despite his love for his family, he makes the difficult decision to leave them behind to lead a space mission in search of a habitable planet. So his journey reflects sacrifice, courage, and hope, as well as the struggle between duty and family. And right now, moving to his daughter, Murph, her name is Murphy Cooper. Murph is Cooper's daughter, and she is portrayed as exceptionally smart. She is exceptionally smart and determined from a young age. So she initially feels abandoned and hurt by her father's decision of leaving them for the space mission. Okay, and it shapes her emotional journey as she grows into a brilliant scientist, by the way, and she continues his mission on Earth, ultimately playing a key role in solving the gravity equation that helps save humanity. And her character represents persistence, intellect, and the enduring bond between parent and child. So together, Cooper and Murph symbolize powerful connection between love and science. That's all about the daughter. Right now, moving forward to the Amelia Brand is also a scientist and an astronaut on the mission. She combines logic with strong personal beliefs, especially about love and human connection. That's all what we can say about her at this point. And right now, moving on to her father, Professor Brand. Professor Brand is the leading scientist working on a plan to save humanity also, and he carries a heavy secret about this mission which he reveals, but in a very surprising time. Right now, moving on to Dr. Mann, who's a scientist who is sent earlier to explore planets, and he represents desperation and the darker side of the survival instinct. That's all, and most appreciation from my side, sir. Thank you very much.
One of the most important scenes in Interstellar 2014, which is the water planets scene, also known as the time dilation scene. This scene is important because it combines scientific theory with emotional impact, making it one of the most memorable moments in the movie. In this scene, Cooper and his team land on a planet that is covered with shallow water. At first, everything looks calm and safe. However, this planet is located very close to a massive black hole called Gargantua. Because of this extreme gravitational force, time behaves very differently on this planet. On this planet, 1 hour equals 7 years on Earth. So while the astronauts think they are only spending a short time there, many years are actually passing for people back on Earth. Scientific explanation. In this scene, this phenomenon is known as time dilation, which comes from Einstein's theory of relativity. Time dilation means that time doesn't pass at the same speed everywhere. It depends on factors like gravity and speed. In areas with very strong gravity, such as near a black hole, time slows down significantly compared to places with a weaker gravity. So for Cooper and his team, time feels normal, but for people on Earth, time is moving much faster. This idea is not just science fiction. It has been proven through real scientific experiments, such as using automatic clocks in satellites, where time passes slightly differently compared to Earth. In emotional impact scene, what makes this scene powerful is not only the science, but also the emotional consequences. After leaving the planet, Cooper realizes that about 23 years have passed on Earth. He watched recorded messages from his children who have grown older without him. This moment highlights painful reality that time lost can never be recovered. It shows how scientific decisions can have deep personal and emotional costs. In British philosophy scene, this scene is not only about the physics, but it also introduces a deeper philosophical idea about time and human life. It raises an important question. Is time just a scientific measurement, or is it the most valuable part of our lives? Because while Cooper experiences only a few hours, he loses years with his family. This idea connects to philosophical discussions about the value of time, human choices, and sacrifice, which will be explored further in the next part. Now I will pass to the next speaker, who will explain another key scene and explore these ideas in more depth. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Shohag Hussain. Today I will explain one of the most important scene from Interstellar, which is called Tesseract scene. In this scene, the main character Joseph Chopper enter a higher dimensional space created by advanced beings in the future. This space called is Tesseract, which represent a 5-dimensional structure where time becomes something that physical can be seen and accessed. Normally, human experience time is a straight line, which is linear. We move from past to present to future, but inside the tesseract, time becomes non-linear. This means past, present, and future exist together at the same moment. Inside this space, Chopper can see different moments from his daughter Morph's bedroom across her entire life. He realized that gravity is the only force that can move between dimensions. So he uses gravity to send messages to Morph in the past. This moment is very important because it shows the love and connection between father and daughters become the key to saving humanity. Chopper communicates with Morph through a gravitational signal like the falling box and moving wash hand. Scientifically, this scene is based on idea of higher dimension, which is discussed in modern physics theory. Humans normally understand 3 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time, but the movie suggests there may be additional dimension that advanced beings can control. Another important idea shows in this scene, the future human create the tesseract to help Chopper communicate with the past. This creates a time loop where humanity helps itself survive. These scenes also show the limit of human understanding. Chopper cannot fully understand where he is at the first beginning moment. But slowly he realizes that he is inside in a structure designed to help him to send a message across the time. Emotionally, this scene is very powerful because it connects science with human love and sacrifice. Chopper is not just solving a scientific problem, he is trying to save his daughter and humanity at the same time. So, the Tesseract scene represents three main ideas. First, time is not always linear, which is now in a theoretical. Second, higher dimension maybe exist beyond the human's perception. And thirdly, human connection can influence even scientific discovery. This is why this scene is one of the most important and meaningful moments of Interstellar. Thank you for having me. Assalamu alaikum.
Good morning, afternoon, everyone. I'm Zhu Tianqi, student ID 202,501,010,217. Today, I would like to discuss the philosophical and scientific ideas presented in the 2014 science fiction film, Interstellar. This movie is far more than just an adventure story. It is a profound exploration of humanity's place in the universe, blending rigorous science with deeply human emotions. From a scientific perspective, Interstellar is remarkably accurate. It prominently features Einstein's theory of relativity, specifically the concept of time dilation. In the film, on the water planet, 1 hour spent there is equivalent to 7 years on Earth. This powerful plot device illustrates how gravity can warp and slow down time, a real physical phenomenon. The film also realistically depicts wormholes as cosmic shortcuts and the physics of a supermassive black hole, Gargantula. These elements are not just for show, they are grounded in real physics, inspiring the audience with the wonder and complexity of the cosmos. Beneath the scientific complexity lies a deep philosophical message. The film poses a fundamental question: what defines humanity? In a vast and often beingling universe, the movie introduces a unique idea: love as a transcendent force. When Cooper communicates with his daughter Merv from the fifth dimension using gravity, he demonstrates that love is not merely an emotion, but a bond that can transcend the boundaries of time and space. This love becomes a driving force behind his journey and the key to saving humanity. Closely linked to this is the theme of hope. As Earth faces inevitable destruction, the characters must make immense sacrifices. They leave behind their homes and loved ones to ensure the survival of the human race. Interstellar suggests that hope is not blind optimism. It is the courage to explore, to take risks, and to believe in a better future for generations to come. It challenges us to look beyond our own struggles and consider our role as stewards of the human story. In conclusion, Interstellar teaches us that science provides the tools we need to reach for the stars, while love and hope provide the purpose to keep reaching. It reminds us that our greatest journey is not just about exploring the universe, but about understanding ourselves. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Alexandra Tarskaya. My student ID is 2024090104778. Now let's focus on the slide ethics and decision making. In Interstellar, science and physics are important, but the human soul is at the center of the story. This slide asks the most difficult question: is it right to leave a loved one for a greater good? To answer this, we must look at the specific decisions of 4 different people. First, we have Cooper. His decision is the most famous. He is a father who loves his children, but he is also a pilot who knows the Earth is dying. When he leaves, he makes a choice between the present and the future. He chooses to save the future of humanity, but the price is his daughter's childhood. He misses her growing up, her graduation, her whole life. For Cooper, ethics is about sacrifice. He believes that being a father means making the world safe for his children, even if he cannot be with them. But was he right? Merv didn't feel safe for a long time. She felt abandoned. This shows that even a good decision can cause great pain. Second, let's talk about Professor Brand. His ethics are very different. He is utilitarian. He believes in the mass of survival. He lied to everyone for years. He knew that Plan A, saving people on Earth, was impossible. He sent Cooper and the others into space based on a lie. Why? Because he saw that people are too selfish. He believed that if he told the truth, humans would stop working and just wait for death. He chose a big lie to save the species. This raises a moral question. Is it ethical to take away people's choice for their own good? Brand thought he was a hero, but many see him as a liar who stole people's right to say goodbye. Third, there is a Dr. Man. He was called the best of us, but when he was alone on a cold, dead planet, he couldn't handle it. His decision was based on pure fear. He faked his data to make NASA rescue him. He didn't care about the mission of humanity anymore. He just wanted to see a human face again. Dr. Mann shows us that even the smartest person can become a villain when they are afraid. His decision was to kill others so he could live. It's a warning. Ethics often fail when we are in total isolation. Finally, we must talk about Murphy. Her decision was perhaps the hardest. All her life, she lived with prejudice. The school told her she was wrong to believe in science. The world wanted her to be a farm wife because there was no food. But Murph decided to fight. She stayed at NASA even when it seemed hopeless. She had to be stronger than the men around her. She had to stay on a dying planet while her father was in the stars. And in the end, she didn't just wait to be saved, she solved the problem. Her decision to keep working, even after finding out Professor Brandt's lie, is what actually saved the human race. She is a real hero who proved that a woman's intelligence can save the world, even when great men have failed or lied. But these difficult human decisions are not just in the movies, we can see them in real life. Today with Artemis 2 mission, which just returned to Earth, we can see a real life parallel to these difficult decisions. Out of 4 astronauts, only 1 does not have children. Guess who and why? It is her, Christina Koch. The answer is simple and logical. A career never stops men from having a family. In fact, men are often more successful when they have a family because it is seen as a support system. But she, unfortunately, does not have a wife to stay home with the children. Basically, the question is who will be the primary caregiver? And historically, the role of a stay-at-home husband is not socially supported in the same way. Everyone expects this sacrifice from a woman, even though we are absolutely identical, except of a few nuances like the ratio of muscle and fat mass. This shows that the greater good is not a natural concept. It costs more for some than for others, and that is the true ethical challenge of our existence.
Hello everyone, today I will talk about real life and conclusion. First, time is very important. We use time every day in everything we do. We use time to study, work, eat, sleep, and relax. Time is always moving, and we cannot stop it. So we must be careful with our time. If we waste time, we can lose many good chances in life. Second, we must use time in good way. We should try to use our time for useful things. For example, we can study, learn new things, learn new skills, or help others. We can also make a simple plan for our day. When we plan, we know what to do and when to do it. This makes our life easier and less stressful. Third, relationships need time. We need to spend time with people we love. This includes our family, friends, and people around us. We can talk with them, laugh with them, and support them. Spending time together makes relationships strong and happy. If we don't give time, people may feel sad. The movie teaches us important lessons. It teaches us to be responsible for our actions. It also teaches us to think before we make a discussion. Every choice we make can change our future. This movie also shows us that having a goal is very important. When we have a goal, we use our time better and focus more. Also, Time is connected to our future. What we do today, we will affect our life tomorrow. If we study today, we can have a better job in the future. If we waste time today, we may feel regret later. So we should always think about our future. Finally, the conclusion. Time is one of the most important things in our life. It gives our life meaning and description. If we use time and in a good way, we can build a better future. But if we waste time, we may lose many opportunities. So we must respect time and use it wisely every day. Thank you.